What up, everybody? Welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be. Go ahead and click that subscribe button to be a part of the Witness gang, to join the Witness Nation. And let's get into this, shall we? Hello, you guys, and welcome to the channel. If you're new, don't be.
I'm Whitney. Keep it cute, get the boot.
Your girl, as whack as she is in all her glory, was in the New York Times.
Say my name, I'll make them nervous.
All right, you guys, welcome back. Disclaimer, okay? This platform discusses any and all information that has been made known to the public in any way. I am not a journalist, but today, no, I'm just playing. Anyways, I'm a commentator, all right? The information is all alleged, but the commentary is very real, and the commentary tonight, okay, or today, is very real, okay? Hey, y'all, welcome, all right? I am about to bring on someone that I've been like, okay, when I tell you, I have been low-key stalking this fella, okay, for a while now, because I had the absolute pleasure of I don't want to, to my own horn or whatever. But before Whitney D was Whitney D TV, I was Whitney Wells. All right. And I was the Whitney Wells. And I did this group or these workshops, if you will, called the Roundup Model Camps. And so this particular individual that is going to be coming on, I have the absolute honor and pleasure of interviewing. And we're going to get into all of that. So I'm not going to spill the beans in the intro. I just want to let you guys have the honor and the pleasure of meeting Pretty Bayou.
Hey, bitch. It's your pretty boyfriend. My name is...
In the building. Hey.
What's
How
up, bro? I'm good.
Thank you. Thank you. Finally, you booked and busy or whatever.
It's been a long time coming, but we here.
We here. Oh my God. So I was about to get into, our connect and stuff like that, but I just want to go ahead and allow you to do that. Okay. How you know me? Oh, well.
Okay. Well, I've been knowing Whitney since, how old was I? I think I was probably like 19, knocking on 20. Whenever I met you, I pretty much moved to Dallas from my grandmother's house in Texas just to kind of find myself at the time. And I was still unsure of who I was. So once I moved to Dallas, I noticed this little lady, and she was fierce on the runway for all I knew. And she said something about a model camp. People have always told me I was very photogenic. So I went to Dallas with some type of plan. I really wasn't sure which direction I would go in, but I knew it was going to be some type of plan. But to make a long story short, she had this model camp thing going on, and I wanted to be a part of it. So I reached out. I loved her energy. She invited me to, I think it was a photo shoot. And at that photo shoot, just first impression of Whitney is a lot of energy. It's a lot of, and then first it's a lot of energy, and then it's a lot of positive energy. And then it's, okay, if you want to be a model, this is what it's going to take. I'm not really sparing your feelings because I want you to be great in the end.
Yeah.
So and they just kind of put me in the mode of, okay, this is going to be my first time having someone really critique me and let me know exactly what I look like in this field, or if this even something for me. Growing up as a man that was unsure of his sexuality, I was always told, "Oh, you look too gay. Oh, you a little bit too feminine. You too this, you too that." So this was the first time I was getting someone's opinion that was in a professional field that could help me to grow into, well, I guess what I am today. But at the time, I didn't know that. I just thought,
Right.
I just want someone's opinion of what I look like, especially as a male model. So
Right.
that's where I met her.
Yes. Okay. So who is Pretty Buyers?
Well, most people at this point, I just recently just narrowed it down to Pretty, and
Mhm.
I'll explain why, I narrowed it down to Pretty. But before it was Pretty Boyfriend. So Pretty Boyfriend comes from, Pretty Boyfriend is pretty much an individual that, like I said, went through elementary school, high school, not being sure of himself, but always would get people saying certain things that I didn't even know much about. So he pretty much found himself. To make a long story short, I've been very comfortable with myself. I gained a lot of confidence about myself, and then I just pretty much turned into this makeup mogul. And I've gotten a lot of feedback from a lot of women that I've encouraged them just from getting on live, putting on makeup, and just being honest with who I am, and encouraging other people to be honest with yourself and don't be ashamed of the struggles you have to go through to get to where you want to be. So Pretty Boyfriend is pretty much now you know, internet inspiration to a lot of
Household
people.
brand.
Yeah,
You have
household brand.
products and everything.
hmm Products. I started with the make. Well, I started with the hair, and then the makeup really kind of drew people in because, for
Mhm.
one, it was a man putting on some makeup. And
Right.
then once people just got a sense of who I am and how my personality is, it kind of just drew them into me, and they've been addicted, and I've been getting positive feedback ever since. So
So
Pretty
are you
Boyfriend is just
self-taught?
self-taught with makeup, self-taught with pretty much everything that I'm doing right now.
Wow. Okay, so you guys know here at Whitney D TV, I mean, I tend to go on the deep side. You said
hmm
something, and I don't
Okay.
I don't know if you mind diving deep into it, but you said you wasn't sure of who
hmm
you were. So can we go there? Can I?
Yeah,
Okay.
definitely. I'm open book.
So, what was it that you were battling? Like, what was it? What was the exposure, if you will? Like, why was
hmm
there a conflict? Why were you, confused?
Um, well, I was molested at a young
Hold
age.
on, pause.
hmm
And I'm big on that.
hmm
So please, if you feel up to it, please share your story for the next
It's
person.
time. It's
Okay.
time, Whitney. It's
All
time.
right. Yeah, for
Um,
sure.
yeah. So I was
Wow.
molested at the age of 8 when I was introduced to sex.
Okay.
So from what I can remember, still to this day, I've always had a man's energy, you know, sexually. So I grew into liking men before I even knew I was gay. Because what people don't understand is being flamboyant and all of that doesn't make you
Doesn't
gay.
mean you're gay. Me and my
Because
husband talk about that all the time.
what makes you gay is liking masculine energy. Like a man could I'm not gonna necessarily say moan, but just a man, period. Just seeing how a man's mannerisms is what makes you gay. That's why a lot of times when you see feminine boys, you don't see another gay boy going after a feminine boy. That's why you see some big, strong, buff men in a relationship with another strong, buff man, because that's what makes gay men gay.
Mhm.
So that's what I was introduced to as a young age, as a child developing into an adult. If that's something that you've always been around or introduced to sexually, whatever,
Right.
then I don't know. I didn't even know when I knew I was gay. I don't know. I just kind of grew into, okay, I
What you
like
were
men.
exposed to.
Yeah, that's what I was exposed to. It's kind of like what you teach your child at a young age and what they grow into. If you teach your child to be a
Instances.
thug at a young age, your child is going to go grow up with a thug mentality. If you teach your child to, be a gentleman, because even though I was molested or touched or whatever, my dad still taught me to be a gentleman.
Mhm.
But mentally, I like men. I'm sorry. And that's not the story for every gay man, but
Right.
that's how I personally was exposed to a gay lifestyle.
Wow.
hmm And that's something people don't know, and that's something I try
Ah,
not to speak on. But
yeah.
it helps people to understand the
Yeah.
LGBTQ community in one way. That's just one way, though,
Right.
and
So
that's all
my
I can speak
question
on.
with that, with the whole community, because I had the pleasure of interviewing King Dior, okay, King
Okay.
Beautiful Dior, and I asked him this question as well. And
hmm
I'll probably put a clip somewhere in here, and you guys can see his response to it.
It's an exclusive with Whitney D. Kool-Aid and combos. We don't sip wine, we don't sip tea.
Super stupid honored to be doing this interview, and you got it here exclusively, okay?
Well, actually, King Beautiful is really one word, and how I came up with it was like I was just basically thinking about me and who I am and how I am both feminine and masculine.
So why did you choose Queen?
I'm still a man at the end of the day.
Do you believe there's a gay agenda as a gay male? What did you think about the barbershop video? But I asked him the same, and I'm gonna ask you the same. Okay.
Okay.
Do you believe there is a gay agenda?
Mm, no, because I mean, no, I don't. I don't feel like there's a gay agenda because I mean, you're basically just being who you are, you know. And when you look at a situation of I'm just living and being who I am, it doesn't really determine if it's gay or not. There are some things that people do that will be considered gay, but they're not gay.
Right.
So having a gay agenda, I don't even really understand that question
Do
because
you
I
think
just
that
feel like,
okay? So do you think that there's a perpetuation, if you will, of the gay community or lifestyle? Like we see it exposed a
hmm
lot more
hmm
than normal. Um,
hmm
do you feel like it's perpetuated, if you will?
kind of, sort of,
Right.
yeah, yeah.
Right.
I have to admit, yeah, it is.
Right. Right. I mean,
If you say it like that, yeah.
and weirdly, and if I put the clip in here, Dior said the
hmm
same. He said,
Yeah.
yes. He said, sometimes I be getting tired of my own community. It's everywhere. And it's like, he said to me, which was very pivotal, he was like, all gay people aren't like that. We're not
Right.
all, out there with our, public display of
hmm
affection. And I have another friend, you'll probably meet her at the show, Jaja.
hmm
She's a lesbian, and she'd be like, I don't even hold my girlfriend's hand. We don't kiss. We don't do none of that. Half the time you won't even know who she with or whatever, because she just be like, ugh, you know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Like it's just be too much, you
Right.
know. So yeah, and so I'll just be curious, because I mean, I like what I like, and y'all are
hmm
key. That community gives me drama, it gives me tea, baby. And so to segue, I actually had always been following you, but I
hmm
saw you dropped a teaser
hmm
for G Status.
Hey, bitch. It's your pretty boyfriend. My name is REGDRICK. I grew up in Arkansas, and I am a hairstylist and makeup artist here in Atlanta, Georgia. And it hasn't always been easy growing up in Arkansas. It's a small town, small country town. Yes, I am a country bumpkin, but I got skill. Me being a young gay male trying to find himself, throughout high school, I always knew that I wanted to be a part of the beauty industry. So growing up, I always had that mindset. As soon as I graduated, I hit it. On the plane, I'm out. Went to Dallas, started a modeling career, and that's where I got into all the beauty and the makeup and the fierce.
Yeah.
And I was like, Gaddis? this a show? Because I was already watching Chasing,
Atlanta.
right?
Oh yeah, Chasing. Yeah.
Yeah, and so that's why I was able to get Dior and stuff like that. We were already cool before he went on there. Kind of like you, I was like, I already knew baby before he was on there. And so I did the interview before that. So when I saw it, I was watching. And I watched one, and I actually had my husband. We were watching it. We were just talking like, blah, blah. And so can you please tell me about G Says? How did that come about? How did you get on that?
Well, I was living in Athens at the time, and Athens, Georgia, which is an hour away from Atlanta. And a friend of mine was just like, "What do you think? I feel like you could write a book, or you have a big impact on people. Like, have you thought of? Would you ever join one of the platforms of the LGBTQ community? Because I don't have many gay friends. Like Dior would tell you, when I met him, that was pretty much who I met, and whoever I met, other than that, it was through him. So at the time, I felt very lonely. I felt like I was antisocial.
Wow.
I felt like, I kind of prejudged the gay community before even giving it a shot. So,
Wait.
hmm
So prejudice does exist within the community.
It does. It does because of what they show. And that's why when you asked me the question, I was just like, people act how they act and they not gay. But I also seen, like you said, most gay people is extra, it's drama, it's who have HIV and who is fucking with who, and you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So I didn't even want to surround myself around any gay people based off of what I mostly seen, unfortunately, in Dallas. But that's where I was living. So I just kind of kept to myself. So when I was offered that, I was like, okay, well, let me just see, not even knowing that people would be in awe of me when they see me. And I was like, well, I'll just go to the audition and see what's going on. I am doing makeup now, so if I could enhance my business, then why not go for it? Let's just do it. You can't get anywhere being scared.
Right.
So I went and I pretty much just gave them who I was. Hey, how y'all doing? Yeah, I got a wig and stuff on, but girl, I'm a man, and and this is what it is, and I do makeup or whatever. And they fell in love, and they gave me the opportunity to be on the show. And the moment I got that opportunity, I literally went into a mode of, okay, this either go good or bad. Because I previously watched the first season of G Status, and I seen that it was a lot of fighting, it was a lot of drama. Nobody really showcased that they do anything. It was just a lot of fighting. So I was just like, okay, so I got to go into this with some type of plan, which I was already doing the hair, the makeup, the Facebook Lives, the makeup classes before that opportunity. So I went into it with a business mindset of, okay, this is an opportunity for me to possibly gain clientele and to make impact on people, and also try and bring the LGBTQ and the straight community together to show that you can be gay, and based off how you carry yourself, you can also have straight people as a business partner. Because I do.
Absolutely. And that's one thing I'm not even gonna lie. We actually had a topic about that when my husband was doing his podcast with his voice, and the topic was, do straight men hate gay people or gay men? And they were like, no, we just can't stand the flamboyant. And like, yeah, you had like, chill, bro, like, you know what I'm saying, like, you know what I'm saying. And it ain't not, I mean, and like I said, I have a lot of different walks of the community that I'm surrounded by, because I just love people. And I'm not saying you can't be who you are, because I'm gonna be who I am. But my initial is normally, you have it and they come out the community, they're like, hey, I'm Raj, I'm gay, now let me do your hair. And it's just like, no, I just want, I'm happy you can do my hair. And then that's another part of you, because I feel as though like my sexual orientation, my sexual preference, that's my business, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And so I mean, wow, like, that's
and I mean, I would honestly say it's kind of messed up on both sides, because like you said, you get men that say, no, I don't have a problem with it, but it's just that overly flamboyant. But then you get some gay people that says, I've been hiding myself for a long time due to what straight people are saying about me. So now that I'm free and I'm comfortable, then I just may go overboard a little bit, but I think I deserve that at this point.
Right.
Being that
Right.
I've finally gotten comfortable with myself. But then you also have the ones that, like you said, the straight men don't like it because they do go overboard, and you have a lot of them that think that every straight man, they can turn them out
Right.
just
Right.
because they talking, just because a straight man is talking to you. You have some that think that, oh, girl, he'll get down, girl. And it's not
Mhm.
like that. It's not like that just
Mhm.
because somebody is comfortable with themselves, or just because somebody see you as a regular human being. Which one do
Mhm.
you want? Do you want the acceptance without
Mhm.
assuming and telling everybody that they gay just because they
Right.
accept you? Or do you want them to be rude and obnoxious just because you're
Right.
gay? So it's like we have to get it together on both sides. But it takes a real
Mhm.
man, it takes a real person, it takes an adult period to
Mhm.
to sit down and learn about the community or learn about it, and then go about their own way and know and be open-minded enough to know that there's different levels to the gay community as well as it is different levels to the straight community. You have ladies, you have women, you have whores, you have prostitutes, you
That
have
part.
gays, you have prostitutes, you have,
Mhm.
overly flamboyant. It's the
Mhm.
same thing. It's just a
Mhm.
different name.
Right. Right.
So,
Right. So, okay. Question. Okay. When
mhm,
one sees you, okay, they kind of like what?
yeah.
What would you say you represent?
Well, currently, before I represented androgyny, and
Andro-
that's before I didn't even know what it was. I had to learn what it was. Androgyny is pretty much a individual that can easily look like the opposite sex just from putting on what the opposite sex will wear, or
Mhm.
just having features of the opposite sex. It's a lot of women that's androgynous, not meaning they look like a man, but if they was to try, they will probably look exactly like a man.
Mhm.
For the most part, I get a real woman when people first see me, and then it's up to me to tell them, which I'm an open book, which I'm also wanting to be able to teach people about the lifestyle. So I just try to say, nope, I'm a man, or they hear it in my voice when I speak.
Right.
But to answer your question, I get I get woman first, and then I let them know, and then I also get like, so what you doing? How the hell is you looking like this?
Right.
And you're openly saying you look like
Right.
this, but you just come out and say you're a man, like you ain't trans or nothing.
Right.
And so that goes into the conversation of just because you look like a woman don't make you a woman. Just because you wear titties, just because you go and get titties doesn't make you a woman. Just because you can have a baby doesn't make you a woman. So the conversation gets a little deep, and I'm the one for it. You know what I mean? Because it's not a way of offending me. I'm too old to get offended, I feel like, when it comes
Right.
to what you are. If you see that someone's ignorant, don't get upset because that just makes you just as ignorant. Give
Right.
give them opportunity to learn. And if they're
Yeah, and
still
that's why I ask
disrespectful,
the questions that I do.
yeah.
And
Uh-huh.
so, would you say that then? So that's so okay. So, uh, is it so? It's not necessarily drag.
It's a sense of drag, but drag is
Okay.
more so
Dramatic, right?
dramatic.
Okay.
Dramatic makeup, everything is dramatic.
Okay.
Androgyny is more
Oh,
so
okay. So you're an androgynist.
yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Androgynous. Now, currently, I think I'm going into more of non-binary, and it's just personal reasons, me trying to figure it out because it is a thing. I will be lying if I sit here and say I look beautiful when I'm dressed up, and I don't even have a thought of being trans. That's a lie. Okay.
Okay.
So, to better myself and just to make it make more sense to people that I want to encourage, I mean, that I want to educate, is non-binary at this point.
Okay.
Until I figure out, do you mentally feel like a woman or do you mentally feel like a man? Which one is it? Or
Okay.
are you just androgynous?
Okay.
But it's a thing. Yeah.
Okay. Okay.
Hmm.
So, uh, another deep one.
Okay.
Have you ever been physically involved with a woman?
To a certain extent, yeah. I actually had a girlfriend in high school.
Wow.
Um, I've always been a relationship type person, even though I knew back then I was gay.
Hmm.
But I also, well, back then, now I'm just kind of gone, girl. I like men, okay?
Okay.
But back then, it was more so of I like the person. It doesn't matter what you look like. It doesn't matter, if you're popular or not. I like a good person. So
Right.
I did date a girl, but the want to have sex with her, I'm still kind of, I still really can't answer that question from back then because even to this day, just because you're pretty or I'm attracted to you, I'm not gonna want to have sex with you. I have to know you in some type of way. We have to have some type of connection before I just lay down and have sex with you. So I never had sex with a woman, not only because I wasn't really into women, but because I also have respect for women because that's who I grew up around, women. And my dad raised me as a man to respect women. So it comes from me not being a low down dirty man or nigga or whatever you want to call them, and it also came from me being also gay in a sense.
Right.
The reason
Okay.
why I never had sex with a woman.
Right. Okay.
Hmm.
Okay. So let's get into some celebrity topics, if you will.
Okay.
The situation with Shauna Brooks and Benzino.
Okay.
Okay. Are you aware of
Hmm.
it?
I sure am.
Okay. For those that are aware of it, Chandra Brooks is transgender, right?
Hmm.
Okay. Transgender, male to female. All right.
Hmm.
And she's been on this exposure tour when it comes to Benzino. Okay. Just recently dropped a diss track and visual uh, for the whole situation as well. What are your thoughts on this?
Well, I haven't seen the visual, but I did get the story. Um, I think it's a situation of Benzino taking advantage of people are going to believe the straight man before they believe the trans woman due to one of the topics we were just talking about, gay people thinking that all gay people think that they can turn out a straight man. Um, now I know, oh damn, what's her name? Shit.
Shauna?
I know Shauna. Well, I've met her before. I'm not gonna say I know her, but I have met her before, and I've been following her for a while. And she's come across a lot of celebrities. You know what I mean? But I don't feel like she has exposed really anyone. Now the thing is, me just being a man in hair and makeup, I get the same thing a trans woman is getting. I get the late night, my wife sleep or my kids is gone, can you come through or can I come through? Or can I just talk to you on the phone? So with this whole situation, it's just a matter of I feel like honestly, Shauna Brooks is just at a stage of okay, if I've been on the phone and having deep conversation with you, as she had recorded him, encouraging her in some type of way, why are you trying to make it like you don't even know nothing about me? So I think Shauna Brooks is just at a place where, you know, I'm tired of talking to you and accommodating you behind closed doors. But when shit hit the fan, you just make like you don't know nothing about me. So it's just like, sir, if you don't want nothing to do with a trans woman, if you don't know this woman, how is you on her phone? So just say y'all had business together, y'all spoke, y'all had conversation over the phone, and be done with it. But instead of him saying that, you just want to make like you don't know nothing about this woman.
Okay. Can I give my thoughts on it?
Go ahead.
You can tell me if you disagree or not. Here's my
Okay.
my only issue with the trans community. Okay,
Mhm.
this is my issue. If you're a woman now,
Mhm.
be that. It's no need to expose. It's no need to validate. We get treated like that all the time with ninjas acting as if they ain't
Mhm.
drop it in our drawers or whatever the case may be, or treating us doggy, and we don't blast them. I feel as
Mhm.
though it does a disservice for the community to do stuff like this because it's kind of like, see, I don't even believe I'm a real woman. I'm a dude
Mm-hmm.
with the piece
With
of candy.
titties.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And
Mm-hmm.
so my thing is that I think that's where it's like, see, just messy, just trifling, because it's just like,
Yeah.
let's just keep pushing. If he did that, we get it done as women all the time. But
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I
Right,
think it
right,
plays into the.
and every situation. Sorry to cut you off, but
No, you
that's
okay?
why I always say that every situation has two sides to it. Because if we're gonna be completely honest, there is a reason why trans women get treated the way they get treated, because some trans women, they don't carry themselves as a woman. You know, most trans women are prostituting, but it's also a reason why those trans women are
Yeah,
prostituting, due to people not even accepting a gay man, let alone a trans woman, which causes them to make the money the best way they can. So that's on the trans community fault of, you know, carrying
right,
yourself like a man and you're supposed to be a woman. Why
right.
are you still penetrating
Yeah,
if you're considering yourself a woman? I grew up around women, so I know I don't speak much on the trans community because I'm not trans. I don't
right.
know anything about that, but I do know about women. And if you're gonna pose yourself as a woman, me being around women all my life, then you taking on some big old shoes, baby. The fact that you can have children, but you can transition into a woman in our society, then the least you can do is carry yourself like a lady whenever you do transition. Because if you're still acting like a man, you can't expect no one to respect you as a woman. Just being honest. And I'm saying that, and I'm in the gay community, but look,
But you're not the only one that says that.
it's
I don't know
true.
if you watch Armand Wiggins. He's like, and he gets a bad rep because they be like, he be dragging the community, but he's just honest. And you
Yeah,
got a lot of people in the community that's like, oh, can y'all stop this?
right,
Like,
right,
it's a bad,
right.
just like me as a woman. Sometimes I see women, I be like, girl, what are you know what I'm saying? Like,
Mm-hmm.
stop representing
Mm-hmm.
us like that. And so
Yeah.
that's why these conversations are
Mm-hmm.
pivotal. And that's the reason why I interview the people I do. And
Mm-hmm.
I ask the questions that I do, because it's about education. It's about full
Exactly.
context of stuff.
And
So I
someone has
appreciate
to
that.
be, yeah, someone has to be honest about it. But at the same time, you also have to shine light on both sides of the
Yeah.
spectrum. Because, yeah, I can talk about my trans sisters, but, it's the reason why
Why?
most of the time they act this way.
Right.
But when you grow into an adult, or if you're sure of your transition, then you've already done your research on a real woman, or you already paying attention to how a real woman's supposed to act. But at the
Right.
same time, you don't even have real women acting as a real woman. So it's all mixed up. It's
Convoluted.
all mixed up. Yep. So that's why I just say, hey, be honest with yourself before you expect anybody else to respect you. Be honest with yourself, because if you're honest with yourself and you're that type of trans that's out here just using her body for whatever, then you already tell yourself, don't expect no, I'm not going to expect no one to think I'm a real woman or respect me as a real woman. And
Right.
some trans, they don't want to be respected like a real woman. They want it to be known that they're trans
Hmm.
for whatever reason. It's so deep beyond my knowledge when it comes to the trans, but on the outside looking in, I must say that the straight community could be more understanding and open minded and not so ashamed, and the trans community could also do better with how they present themselves.
Absolutely. Now, I want to piggyback on what you just said in regards to the straight community.
Hmm.
As a representation of that, I will say
Hmm.
this. I will say that I really think we will listen a lot more if we can actually voice our opinions without being ostracized, without
Hmm.
being bashed on the head of being homophobic, or you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because we just don't know, and we
Hmm.
have been told something is wrong or something is bad, or we have been shown very bad representation of it, you know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
So I feel as though, and I'm gonna be honest with you, I really want to do like a panel of some sort, just and we
Hmm.
just spew just back and forth.
Yeah.
But I mean, because I've been there. I've been in situations like that, you know, where I ask a question and it seemed like it's acidine or whatever for me asking. It's just
Hmm.
like I just want to know. I'm just curious, you know,
Yeah.
and that makes that, you know, it's gonna resonate. But I don't think that's really, from what I've seen, a safe space to do that, to
Hmm.
where straight people can ask a question like, well, what it you know what I'm saying, without
Yeah.
coming off
Yeah.
offensive and abrasive, you
And
know.
there's just something people have to understand. You know, it's something with both sides of the story, and it's
Hmm.
something that you have to accept and find a better way to deal with it.
Right.
For instance, you asking a question as an adult. I feel like as a mature adult and an honest adult, I would know if you was trying to ask me out of shadiness or if you
Right.
just was curious.
Right.
Now you get a lot of straight women where they're kiki, they haha, but the moment they get mad,
Mm.
it's faggot this, and if
Hmm.
it's a trans woman, it's boy this and boy
Hmm.
that.
Hmm.
So you know, it, like I said, it's so messed up on both sides, and it's a lot of people not taking responsibility for their actions. That's
Hmm.
making it so hard for a woman like yourself to
Hmm.
just ask the question.
Right.
You know, and
Right.
until the people like myself and like yourself really push that, you know, it's okay to ask the question if you're not being shady,
Right.
until we all just come together and just really, and I'm so glad you're even asking these questions, because this is another thing that's added to helping people just understand. Okay,
Right.
y'all, we got to get it together. We got to be honest with ourselves. We got to stop with this foolishness because it's
Hmm.
not going anywhere. I watched a documentary last week from back in 1975. There were gays and trans and all this type of stuff. So for the straight community, it's been going on for a long time. It's going to happen. So instead of you bashing, learn about it, because one day you just may come across a family member, a friend, or something that has children that's going to be gay. And there's nothing you can do about that
Right.
but encourage them from what you're willing to learn before they even get here, before you
Right.
even know. For the
Right.
gay community, get it together. You know, everybody don't want to be gay. Everybody is not gay. Just because they're nice, they're not gay. Okay? Just because they're asking you a question, don't make them homophobic. But you also have to be honest with yourself and not take everything personal. Because if you're wanting to gain their respect and just to normalize it more, you also have to be willing to educate.
Hmm.
That's just like me telling you, Whitney, teach me how to walk the runway. And when
Hmm.
I walk and you say, "Oh no, you're a little bit too feminine," I get mad. So, do you
Right.
want to be a male model or not?
Right.
Do I want you to accept me as a gay person and normalize it or not?
Right.
You have to give me. I have to give you the knowledge first. So, because after today, you'll probably meet another gay person that's like me, and as soon as they say I'm androgynous or I just like to dress up, guess what? From now on, the first
Yeah.
thing you're gonna say, "Oh, he's probably androgynous like Redrick
Yeah.
or
Yeah.
like
Yeah.
Pretty."
Yeah.
This is giving knowledge to people,
Hmm.
and that's
Hmm.
something we have to do. But we're so offended by what we normally hear as a child with gay people and all of that. We're so offended to where we don't know when to put all that to the side and educate this person. I'm gonna tell you
Right.
a story. I was in the store, um, and I was picking out clothes, right?
Hmm.
And this is a store full of women's clothes.
Hmm.
And this older lady, she came up to me very bold. Now she was like, "What are you doing in here?" I said, "I'm finding me something to wear for tonight." She was like, "What you mean something to wear? You a man? What you in here looking for women's clothes for?" I said, "Well, I'm a gay man. I'm also a gay man that likes to dress up in women's clothing." And I said, "I'm also a gay man that's, androgynous. I live my life in androgyny." She was like, "Yeah, I don't know nothing about androgyny." I said, "Well, ma'am, you came across the right person that'll tell you what androgyny is, so that you won't walk up on a stranger again, asking them why they in a store." I said, "To me, just because something sparkles and it's cut off mid stomach or it hangs off the shoulder, to me that don't mean it's for a woman. Because if they make a extra small, small, large, extra large, 2X, 3X that can fit me, that means I can wear it. Man said that it was a woman's clothing, and that's what we ran with. Me, if I can wear it, I'm putting it on.
Mhm.
Period.
Mhm.
So that was a moment of someone just asking a question.
Mhm.
Now, could she have asked those questions a little better? Yes. But did I know that she wasn't really meaning no harm? She was just really confused and didn't mind
Okay.
asking. Yes, I knew that. So instead of
Okay.
me getting mad and saying, bitch, if you don't get the fuck away from me, I
Mhm.
took that opportunity to tell her, ma'am, it's a lot more going on than just a straight man and a gay straight woman. It's a lot more. It's gay people out here. So I
Mhm.
took that opportunity to educate her. That woman still follows me to this day. She still disagrees with my lifestyle, but she respects me because I actually taught her
Mhm.
something. And when you teach somebody something, there's no way they can disrespect you because you
Right.
now they know something that they didn't know that's actually happening in the world.
Right. So
Hmm.
I want to tap on something. You just said something pivotal. You said she still doesn't agree with my lifestyle, but she respects me.
Hmm.
And what I've came to realize now, what I see, and you can agree or disagree with me, I feel
Hmm.
like now it's at a time where it's like, oh no, you gotta accept it. You gotta you can't disagree. You know what I'm
Hmm.
saying? But the
Hmm.
respect is like that's the second thing. It's more so like we gotta accept you.
Trying to
This
make people.
yeah, and
Yeah.
I just feel like that's not really fair. Everybody's not gonna agree with what you do and what you believe
Hmm.
and how you walk and talk. But I feel like as long as we can respect each other and coexist, that should be enough.
Right. Right. And no, I agree with that, but it's a reason for the force.
I get
You
it.
know,
I get it.
it's always because had it been more open minded a long time ago, the reason why I just started doing music was because I was always told I was too feminine and I wouldn't be seen on a stage doing music with you. This was before I even started wearing hair and makeup. So the fact that it's, more acceptable now, if I was immature, I would be that same person. Like, well, it is what it is, girl. I'm here. You ain't got no say so in nothing. I'm gay, whatever. I'm not gonna do that though. But I will just stay in my lane, and because either way, they're gonna see me. But to answer your question, yes, I do think that it's forced upon straight people now. But there's also a reason why. It's because again, you have these straight people that's been in the closet for so long, just because of what people are saying, to where the LGBTQ community has gotten tired of
Fighting.
everything is, yeah, fighting just to walk outside with a pink shirt on, or to walk outside with a glittered shirt on and they a man, or just to walk outside and be gay. Now I would say, I would be honest and say, sometimes I have felt like it was necessary for me to say I'm gay, simply because you get the people looking at you crazy and saying, "Girl, look, 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 look." So in my head, if once I see that, I'm like, let me go and let these people know, baby, there's nothing you can say about me that can offend me, embarrass me. Let me go and let it be known. Yeah, I'm gay. What's up? What's going on? Yeah, I'm a man. Do you see me escalating my voice to make you think I'm a woman? No. So you ain't got to sit over there and whisper. You ain't got to whisper, baby. I see you, but I'm comfortable. That's just me showing that I'm comfortable with being gay. And I feel like some of the gay community, that's their way of expressing that they're comfortable with being gay, is just by being able to look a straight person in their face for once and say, I'm gay. And this is what it is. Because not all the time have we been comfortable to even look at a straight person that's calling us faggot this and faggot that. It hasn't always been comfortable. But it's just like now, when you have opportunities for the LGBTQ community coming available in the entertainment industry, we're just kind of like, okay, let's take it. Let's take that and run with it. And if you don't like it, oh well, you ain't got no choice.
Mm, okay.
Technically, we don't have a choice. And the straight community don't have a choice because it's been happening. It's
Mm,
just that it's time for the straight community to take a moment to learn and not be disrespectful with what questions they want to know about, because it's the way you can ask a question. Okay, I'm not trying to be disrespectful, but I just want to know. Instead of you saying, "Oh, well, bitch, why didn't you cut your dick off? You said you're a woman." Now you won't smoke.
Okay.
So besides yourself, there is other women that says things like that.
Mm-hmm.
There is other women that has been in my inbox like, "You a disgrace. You need to drop dead and die." Cause you had a nerve to be on
Oh,
social media with makeup, putting on some makeup, and you got all these women talking about they encouraged by you, and you a whole man putting on makeup. Yeah, I get that all the time. I get that. Well, you need to go to sleep and not wake up. And I'm just like, whoa, but I'm more strong minded than that. But it's some gays that are not as strong minded. And
right.
then for the straight community, it makes it hard for women like you because not only are they saying these things to me, they say it to some of the gays that ain't mentally put together.
Right.
So that's why I say, Whitney, it's so messed up so deeply to where I decided to stay in my own lane and push for more understanding within my own lane. So if you want to get to know Redrick, if you're into pretty and you want to see what he's doing, then guess what? You're also going to get the raw, real, and uncut.
Yes, and I am going to most definitely have you back here so we can actually have some deep dives. Before we wrap
Yeah.
everything up, I have two situations that I want to bring up. One, do you watch The
Okay.
Boys Club?
Bad Boys Club.
Yes, Bad Boys Club.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my God. So, okay.
Oh,
Okay.
child.
A chat, right? I'm telling you, I love my shows. So, okay, it was one particular situation that happened that I loved. I lived for. One in
Mm-hmm.
particular was um, Milan,
Mm-hmm.
and he was at the side of the pool, and I think he was checking. I can't remember who it was. I don't know if it was good. I don't know who it was, but he basically said, I get why. Gosh, what's his name? Oh boy, with the hats. I can't remember his name.
You talking about the straight
He's
man?
straight. He's straight.
The
The New
darker
York dude.
skinned one.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
He was saying, because, oh boy, the white boy was dancing all on him. He
Dancing
was
on him.
like,
Yeah.
look, like, you know what I'm saying? He said, I'm not telling you to suppress yourself, but yeah, respect the straight people. You know what I'm
Exactly.
saying? And so
Mm-hmm.
I was like, yeah, oh, I see,
Yeah.
I just love when we can have a healthy balance. You know what I'm saying? Because
Just
if
be
it was
honest.
you, if you around,
Hmm.
ain't nobody gonna play with you. I
Right,
ain't,
right.
you know,
Uh-huh.
and that's why I be like, people get it misconstrued, like, oh, we hate y'all and stuff like that. It's
Hmm.
just we want respect just as well as you do. You know what I'm saying? That's just
Exactly.
like you got some gay dudes that don't like girls dancing all up on them. You know what I'm saying?
Hmm.
They just don't like girls. Look, leave me
Hmm.
alone, girl.
Right.
And we respect that. I'm not gonna be dancing
Hmm.
out on you, but you do. You got them Judies. They'll play with
Right.
you. So
Yeah.
I think it's a level of respect. And to hear Milan, I'm just like, man, I love the show. It got a healthy
Yeah.
balance of drama and everything else.
Hmm.
But I'm just, you
It's
know,
it's I feel like it's starting to really take a positive impact, but as a gay individual, I can say
I,
that the gays that are on there, they doing too much.
okay,
And what you don't even know is, Whitney, we say it
okay,
about each other all the time. We say it all the time that, yeah, when it's too much, it's just too much. And all gay people ain't like that. That
right,
was one reason why a lot of people didn't take the offer to be on G Status ATL Hustle the same time I was taking the opportunity. And a lot of people and a lot of gay people came to me and was like, I don't think you should do that show because that's just going to mess up your image. But I told them, look, I got control over my image.
and you were great
Can't
on
no,
there.
there you go. Because I told them in the beginning, you can't give me a script. You can't put me in no drama or nothing like that. I'm going to be myself authentically, and y'all just let me work the camera how I know I'm going to work the camera. But I am appreciative of the show as well, because it is what's happening in the gay community, and to have people like Milan that's willing to say, okay, my gay brother or sister, you're wrong. you know
Right.
that's what we need, so that it's more acceptable when you have to tell a gay person you doing way too much, and you need to respect that man. He said he ain't gay, so you can't turn him out. But you also have some on there that's like, dude, just like what's his name?
Yeah, I know he's talking
He
about
just he just had an interview.
where the money reside.
No, it was him, but I'm kind of off the show. It was the guy that, damn, what is his name? He's light skinned and he's always arguing with Nicki Minaj. I feel like
Always arguing. Oh, you talking about Armand?
no, not Armand. He's in the industry.
Jason
He's
Lee?
in the damn.
Always
Not Jason
arguing.
Lee.
He always
Well, we
arguing.
thought he was straight, but he's slowly coming out that he's gay. I just seen the clip not too long ago.
Oh,
But it's a I wouldn't even say he's a host of any type of show or anything. I don't even know what the hell he do, but he do a lot of interviews with people. But he was telling this man, just because you're sitting in a group of men and one of the men just may be bisexual, don't mean that you're his type. So my point I'm trying to make is, just because I'm gay, don't mean that every man that I see is my type. I
right,
still have a certain type, you know.
right,
So again, it plays both sides. Gay people, every man you is not gay, or you can't turn out every man.
right,
Straight people, just because a man is gay doesn't mean he won't you.
right,
You know.
right,
So, but I do appreciate the show because I'm starting to see that those straight men are starting to be more comfortable around these gay men. I mean, the hell, they're doing a show with the gay
right,
men, which is going to cause them to lose their play with the women. Because
right,
majority of women is still like, were you on that gay ass show? It's not a gay
right,
show. It's a show of bad boys. And bad
right,
boys, some bad boys are gay.
right,
But you have some women that don't even believe that.
right.
So, yeah,
Because that's my
girl.
show. I watch that show. Now
Right.
to wrap it up, okay, my
Hmm.
final question before we get out here. Okay, you spoke about G status and you were on
Hmm.
there. You were on there with somebody who actually transitioned from G status to actually he's now on Chasing Atlanta.
Hmm.
Ike.
Hmm.
On the show, you guys kind of was you guys were
Right.
kind of canoodling and whatever. And he was showing some bit of interest, but it seemed like nothing connected. What happened? Was that just
And
for
sorry,
TV?
my camera is sideways.
You okay?
Um,
Was that just for
I
TV?
I tried to play in my face is what he did, but he didn't realize that he was dealing with a person that is bluntly honest about any and everything that they go through and they deal with. So it was for TV, but not necessarily for me. It was for Ike. And this is my first time ever being able to explain the full story because they didn't want that to be explained.
Because
Uh huh.
I was what happened?
Yeah, and the time for me to explain my side of the story, because he made me look like a thirsty fool on the show. Let's just be honest.
Yes.
He made me look real thirsty, but no, and I can't even do much for me, and I'm gonna tell you why when I'm done explaining the story. But anyways, so I is very insecure, or was very insecure with himself, especially coming into the show. If you look at Ike's page and some of his old pictures, he had a big gap, and he was real skinny, so he was insecure. So when I met Ike, of course, we it was on filming day, and Ike came into the waiting room before I went onto the scene, and he made like he seen Beyonce. Like, and I'm just sitting there like this here because I already know. Soon as I started dressing up, the gay boys fell off like you cut a limb off a tree. So when he come in, I'm like, yeah, girl. What? I mean, yeah, I'm pretty, girl, but calm down. You know what I mean? So
Okay.
shortly after that, one of the PRs came up to me and was like, "I think you real pretty," and he said this and he said that. I said, "Well, first of all, if Ike is trying to talk to me, it turns me off for a man to send a woman to come tell me that he's interested." I said, "Uh-uh. I like a man to be like, look, Shawty, I think you cute. I want to get to know you." So I was like, "Well, you just go back and you tell Mr. Ike if he's that interested, then he may need to be coming to approach me and not sending for you to approach me." So we did the scene or whatever, and after I met the cast, that was my first time filming with the cast, and they all was like, "You so pretty," and I would hear Ike with, "Mm-hmm." Surely is. Like just making all these little comments, so long story short, they were still coming at me with what Ike was saying. I said, well, give me Ike's number. I'm gonna call him. Since he ain't gonna never ask y'all to ask me for my number, let me get his number and let me just call him because I ain't got time. I didn't come here for no relationship.
Right.
So I called him, and the first thing I said, well, what's up? People telling me you think I'm cute and this and that, and you want to get to know me, whatever. And he was like, well, yeah, I do think you are extremely beautiful, but I mean, I ain't never dated no boy that dressed up, and I ain't really ever been into that. I said, okay, well, that's fine. But he was like, but I am pansexual though. I am a pansexual. I was like, what's the pansexual? He was like, it really don't matter. If I like you as a person, I like you as a person. I like who you are, whatever, boom. And so he went into telling me how insecure he was about himself and how he was nervous about filming on the show. He don't know if people gonna like him, and he don't want to be boring on the show. I said, okay. I said, well, if you're a pansexual, that's something we can teach. Like I told you, I've always tried to teach people how to educate people. So I was like, okay, well, this could be a learning experience for the gay community because ever since I started dressing up, ain't nobody been trying to talk to me no more. Just because I got a wig and makeup on. I said, so you're probably about the first gay man that have said he's pansexual. He would date me if he hadn't just got out of a relationship before he, seen me or whatever. I said, so that will be a good opportunity for you to build you a storyline and, you know, teach other gay men that probably like men like myself that they don't have to be embarrassed about it. I said, so let's do a date or something. I said, now you're gonna have to initiate the date to show that you don't care what I have on, you like what you like. He was like, okay. And I said, that'll be the start of your storyline to be a inspiration to other men like yourself. And I explained to him what my goal was to be an androgynous man that don't feel like he got to transition just because he's pretty in hair and makeup. I said, so we'll bring it to production that we're gonna do a scene. You're gonna pull me to the side, ask me out on a date. On that date, we're just gonna go into detail of why you feel gay men shouldn't be ashamed of liking a man in hair and makeup. And he was like, okay, cool. So the scene when I had the hat on, right, the brown hat that we was talking before we started filming, he was very nervous. I don't know what I'm gonna say. Like, what do I do? And I'm looking like I said my exact words. Boy, what the hell wrong with you? If this is who you are,
It ain't
just
nothing
there's nothing you should be scared about. There's nothing you need a script on. Just ask me on a day or what. Just be normal. What's wrong? So we did that scene, and as you can see in the scene, I already knew it was bullshit. I already knew. So when I said something about, oh, so you're asking me out on a date, he was like, what? That's what I knew he was gonna try it because it's easier for a gay man that don't dress up to make it look like the man that dresses up is desperate. It's easy. It's easier to make it look like that. So I knew that's where he was going, but I didn't know who I was at the time. Because if he would have known, he would have been like, nah, because this bitch is gonna let it be known on both sides of the spectrum. So, and they pretty much brainwashed Ike into saying all these things he was saying to make me look like I was just so thirsty and so crazy over him, which is why you have another androgynous boy on Chasing Atlanta calling Ike his husband.
Hi, husband. Hi, babe.
So how many times are you going to put yourself in this situation, sir? You know? So why are you on another show with a boy that dresses up and looks real pretty? He's calling you his wife. But they never gave me the opportunity to show how much I don't give a damn about Ike because, like I said, and I'm so glad you brought this up because I've always wanted to say, to be honest with you, Miss Whitney, the only thing Ike could do would be is lay down and let me do the rest. And then if you want to put two and two together, it will have nothing to do with his bottom half. It will just be me and his top half. So what you think that is? You can't do nothing for me, sir. Because first of all, you too small. Oh, her camera went off.
No, it didn't. I'm letting you
she's
have
hiding.
the floor, honey.
Oh yeah,
No
let me have the
shade.
floor. Yeah,
Let me give you
really
the
nothing.
floor, honey. Make it clear.
Ike was way too small for me anyway.
Vaughn, who's like a little brother to me at this point, calls me a week ago. Got a chance to go and see his venue and how he loved it and everything. And I'm like, okay, bro, I'm excited for you. And he tells me,
yeah, and your name came up.
I'm like, oh, okay, bitch, so what you want, a performer? Or you know what I'm saying? You want me to set up as a vendor selling my socks? I'll be happy to. He's like,
no, this is what happened. REGDRICK ends up saying, you playing with his feelings. He don't know what's going on with Ike. And then our guy says you a hoe.
Hold on, girl. REGDRICK said, well, what feelings? The only thing I've ever told REGDRICK is that I'm not interested in pursuing anything and that he's beautiful. So I don't know what I don't get it. And who our guy said what?
So if you want to make me look like a fool, let me just make you look like a fool. First of all, you're way too small. I will break you in half. Second of all, I grew up liking men. So for me to accept a gay man, the least you can give me is a little bit of muscle. Because I'm stout. I'm stocky. Okay? So you can't do nothing with me. So why would I get on a show trying to act like I'm desperate for the smallest man on the show? You the size of my nephew, nigga. So my nephew is bigger than you. And at the time, he was only 10 years old.
Oh, Lord.
So don't play. You know what I'm saying? But see, production knew how I was going to come. That's why they
cut it short. I was always curious, and that's why I always was trying to line up this interview because I had questions.
What really cut it short was them fighting and acting a fool at the reunion. But the reason why I didn't get to say what I just said on the green screen is because they wanted to carry it on now. And I didn't realize that I was the one looking like a fool until I seen the scene.
Right.
Yeah. So, yes. I will be fast forwarding this interview whenever you do air it and just put that part of me explaining that particular part because people they took the bait that they put out there.
Yes.
Oh, REGDRICK thinking I act like I'm REGDRICK don't want him and this and that and that. Okay. Well, this is the real story. And whether y'all believe that or not, I don't give a damn. But it's the reason why he has another gay boy that dresses up calling him his husband. You want to make sure that you're staying in some type of situation because you're boring naturally. I ain't got shit else to talk about other than that sad ass song he keeps singing about the ex-boyfriend that left him. What else do you have? What else do I have to talk about besides them damn socks? Nothing. He's nothing to look at. You're boring. So you got to have some type of situation going on, which is why you got another gay man that dresses up, calling you his husband, and you're acting like, ooh, I think it's cute. No, you think it's relevant because you don't want to be boring. Let's be real. And he won't say that to this day, but I can guarantee you Ike won't approach me.
Have you seen him in Transit?
I actually have seen Ike because I am friends with Oliver Twist. We both worked with T.S. Madison together. So, yeah, he actually invited me to his birthday party, which they was filming for the show. And I've never had a problem with Ike. I just wanted it to be known that Ike tried to play in my face. I was expecting for Ike to be honest, but he's not going to be honest because then that would just make him look like a fraud, you know what I mean? Mm-hmm. So I went out of my way and spoke to him, but before I even spoke to him, it was just a constant, like, damn, what are you looking at? Just speak.
Right.
Because I'm not studying you, boy. How can I be looking like this? And I told him this when we spoke on the phone before we even did the whole scene and everything. If you're not strong-minded enough, being that you already have insecurities, they're going to talk about you. When you come out and say you're interested in me in some type of way, even if you ask me on a date, they're going to talk and laugh about you. Are you prepared for that? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, I like what I like and I don't care. I said, okay, well, we good. So when I seen him, it's just like you steady looking like I'm not looking how I'm looking. I'm not finna be thirsty over you, boy. You this big. That don't even make sense for my big ass to be lusting over your little bit ass. What exactly can you do for me?
Oh, yeah.
I mean, so once it got to that point, they was like, okay, well, don't look like Pretty is gonna be filtering anything. So let's just do play this out before he see it, and then we'll let him explode at the reunion. But I never got that opportunity because they went to fighting. So it's
Right.
still out there that I was thirsty over Ike, and
Right.
some people could tell that Ike was faking, and then some people is believing Ike just because I'm a gay boy, and most gay boys that dress up, they think are desperate for somebody to accept them how they are. But you got me fucked up.
Right. So if it presented itself, would you have a conversation with him?
I
Or
sure will.
okay.
I sure will. Because I
I
mean,
if you're
besides
seeing
the
this, okay.
hmm but besides the scene, me and Ike was having conversations over the phone.
Oh,
Ike, why the hell? I mean, what you mean? What you saying? What's going on?
I said
Because
hearing
this
this
not
here
what we.
first.
We not. We didn't discuss this over the phone. So I mean, so you just gonna feed into. I mean, I'm not feeding into anything. I mean, you was in my DMs. I said, yeah, from you going crazy before we even was filming when you seen me. So don't make it seem like I've been thirsty over you, nigga. You was acting like you wanted me, but it was nobody else in the room to be a witness of it. So you can make like I was thirsty over you because I don't have nobody to back me up.
Right.
But it's okay. I'll let you have that. But if I can have a conversation with Ike till this day, I would just let him know, it's kind of fucked up. You need to get your self esteem together. And it's my fault to have sympathy for someone that has low self esteem. But now that you want to try to embarrass me, I'm gonna embarrass you. You're embarrassing yourself because you can't embarrass me.
That part.
That would be my thing to Ike.
So, lastly, what is your advice that you would give somebody that's trying to get into a reality TV? Especially within the community.
If you want to really be on reality TV, I would really suggest them to go into it, being their authentic self, because there's some people that went in, following the instructions of what the production wanted, which wasn't them, and everywhere they go, they have to deal with that. So I think the best advice I can give is, go into it being yourself and go into it with a plan. Don't just get on a reality television show and you don't really have nothing to bring to the table, because then you're just going to be made a drama queen. They're going to make you into some type of drama queen because you're not doing nothing. You don't have no type of business or anything going on, so they have no other choice but to throw you in some drama. Which why they had some extras that kept the drama going. But if you want to be on a reality show, I would say to keep it positive and to keep your stress free, and I would say go into it being your authentic self, and people know what they're calling me. But that's how I was able to get people to love me unconditionally, because they seen everything from the raw of me to what I've to. I just had one of my fans that was a fan of the show give me a donation for over $500 just to support my entrepreneurship, and that's something I haven't exposed on my page yet because it's something they want to do consistently. So, of course, deals have to be made. I've been speaking to my PR about it to just put it in a more professional way, to where if you want to send this, send it. I'm not asking for a certain amount, you
Right.
know, but I do want to use that to encourage people to be yourself at all times, because you being yourself and letting that be known, you could be helping someone that you don't even know. Because this girl is telling me I've helped her whole family just from me being honest
You
about everything I'm going through. Yeah.
right,
So that would
absolutely
be my advice.
awesome. So, any projects coming up? Any?
Oh, well, I guess I'll have to keep it a secret because I did put a clip of it out, but I am getting into acting.
Yeah.
Yep, I did an acting gig. I would say almost a year ago now,
Mhm.
and I think the series is out now. But just from them working with me in that moment, I've already been given other acting gigs that I'm trying to learn more about because I don't want to be blindsided going into it. But definitely acting, and a lot of more music is coming.
Awesome.
So,
Awesome. And we can see you here soon in the D.
oh yeah, I'm coming to the D, baby. I was in the D for 4 years, so I feel like I'm coming home. I haven't been back since I left. So a lot of my friends are excited. I'm ready to see a lot of people such as yourself. I mean, this whole camera thing is just really messing with my anxiety, girl, because I'm just like, I need to touch her. I want to touch her what I felt when I first met her again. So I'm very much so honored and happy that God kept us here and kind of have blossomed us to be even bigger than what we even knew we was gonna be back then. So it's always good, and I always feel good about meeting somebody and then not seeing them for a long time, and then they still have been following me, and we can reconnecting to talk about what we've been through since we departed from one another.
Right.
It always brings joy to me because it just lets me know that I can meet someone and just based off of the relationship we build, our disconnect can never mess up our connection that we had when we first met each other. Because I feel like when I see you, it's gonna be I haven't seen you in a long time, but I'm not gonna feel like, oh, I don't know her no more.
No,
I feel like we're just picking up where we left off.
And
I love it. I love the feeling.
Yes, well, it has been an absolute pleasure. Where can they find you?
Well, you can find me on all social media platforms. I just recently changed my name to Pretty Love. So on Instagram, you can find me at pretty_love, the number 4L. So it's pretty much just Pretty Love for life. On YouTube, it's still My Pretty Boyfriend. And then Facebook, it's also Pretty Buyers.
All right. Well, thank you so very much for doing this. I am excited to see you on the 21st.
Yes. And y'all better get ready, because let me tell you something. I'm popping my shit, okay?
I spit that. I ain't never been the type of bitch talk a whole lot of shit and can't back it up. Y'all pussy assholes keep running y'all mouth. When you see me, bitch, back it up. I'm from the south, I'm going local, no cap. Pull up and air that bitch out. This shit is crazy, the way they switch up is amazing. Pussy assholes be faking, the rollie on my wrist and it ain't fake. You a window shopper, can't relate. You pop a whole lot of shit like you so bold. If I put pause on you, don't fold. I stay true to the game, no ghostwriter. You a fake asshole, call them dick riders. And if you ever see a nigga around me.
Hey.
And I'm doing it because Whitney said I can, and ain't nothing y'all can do.
Nothing. Okay.
Well, we're gonna have a good time. I'm excited, Whitney.
Absolutely. Well, thank you so very much. Before we head out, I need you to say something for me.
You are now tuned in to Kool-Aid and Combos with Whitney D, featuring Pretty.
Thank you guys so very much for tuning in to another installation of Kool-Aid and Combos with your girl Whitney D, featuring Pretty. All right, you guys, it's been real. Tell me what you think about this conversation, child. Did you know about the IKE and Pretty situation from G5, those G5 watchers? Child, I'm just like, ooh. But if you want a rebuttal, or if you're willing to come and talk to Pretty, okay, we can make that arrangement, okay? Not for nothing, you guys. I hope you were highly informed and in tune. And if not, then I don't know what to tell you, okay? But not for nothing, you guys. That is the video. Tell me what you think down in the comments below. While you're there, make sure you like, share, and subscribe to the channel if you have not done so already. Thank you guys again for tuning in to Kool-Aid and Combos with Whitney D. I'm out. Deuces.
Say my name, I make them nervous.
I'm Whitney. Keep it cute and get the boot.